give them the look that I know what they're up to. And honestly, I've moved these tent pegs round about 40 times. Now look at me, look what's happened. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we've come back to the Peak District to hopefully do a little bit of a hike and a wild camp and to try out the new tent. I bought this tent a couple of weeks ago and it arrived with no instructions, and that's fine. I've pitched a lot of tents, I can work it out, but it's also got a few components that were sent as extras, and I'm not being funny, I'm hoping it's not just me, but I haven't got a clue how to connect these components, so I've brought everything with me and I'm hoping to be able to pitch it, and you can help me decide how I use these extra little bits and pieces. So I've come to a place that's near Birchover, near the Nine Ladies Stone Circle on Stanton Moor, but we're not going in that direction, we're going in the opposite direction. Behind me, just on top of that hill, you can't see it, it's out of view, is what's called the Andle Stone. And I'm hoping that in this wood behind me here is another stone circle called Doltor, and it's much less known and it shouldn't be quite as busy as the Nine Ladies Stone Circle. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea where it is other than it's over here somewhere, so let's see if we can find it today. I've brought my lunch with me. I thought we'd have a little bit of a camp, set up the tent hopefully, and make some lunch and just enjoy a little day out in the Peak District. It's been really cold lately and my trip to Wales didn't go ahead. I've been waiting for a very important delivery this week and it's been delayed to the point where, because apparently the weight is stopping it being delivered to my house, so I've waited since last Saturday every day for it to be delivered. It's nearly a week since then and I've now been told that I can collect it myself. So tomorrow I'm actually heading over to Derby to the depot to collect this package myself. I don't think it's going to even fit in my car, but it's either that or it gets sent back to China. So I'm going to have a go. So that's another adventure for tomorrow. So that's why I've not been to Wales. And next week I'm going to be starting something very new and it's very exciting. I'm a little bit anxious, but a new adventure begins next week. So yeah, I'm just trying to get out and about and enjoy today while I've got the time off. Right, I need to look at the map now and see if I can work out where this stone circle is. So my thoughts are it's in that part of the woods. So at first I thought it was in this part, but no, I think it's further down. I can't believe my eyes, I've just seen a deer running just down the side of the wall. So I don't know whether, on my route it says to go over the gate, over the metal gate. I'm not sure this is the right metal gate. Certainly doesn't look very accessible, although that could be a bit of a path there. So I can hear running water as well. I'm going to pop over and have a look over there and see if it's accessible. But yeah, I can't believe I've just seen a deer. Okay, so it's not a path, but it's easier to walk on. It's very brambly though. So I'm just going to take a little look. see what I can see. Just don't know how to. I don't know where the access is. You know what? I have no idea where I'm going. There's no path, but there's no people, and I love it. Last time I came to the Peak District, I made the mistake of coming on a Sunday, on the sunniest day of probably the month, and I went to Padley Gorge, and it was horrendous. It was so busy, kids screaming and just people everywhere, and I know I'm technically probably, I don't know whether I'm even meant to allow to be in here, but I know I don't really know where I'm going at the moment, but it's so nice to be somewhere that's a lot less known, probably because this is probably not the way you're supposed to come at all. I'm just going to pick my way up this hill through the brambles and the ferns, and hopefully we'll see some more wildlife. So I'm going to try and keep quiet with my creaking backpack that is absolutely doing my head in because I can't make it stop creaking. Yeah, I'm gonna, ouch. I'm gonna pick my way through a bit further into the wood, and I think the stone circle is that way. I think I've come at it the wrong way, but it's just so nice to be away from everyone. I much prefer hikes like this. I'm getting hungry now, so once we've found the stone circle, we can find a little place to set up camp and get some food. That way, I think. Once again, we have a plan without a plan. So, let's see what we can find. There's a very angry crow up there. I think I might have found a path. Who am I kidding? It's not a path, but it looks more like a path than the undergrowth that I'm crawling through at the moment. Wow, look at this.
I wonder who lives in there.
This is one thing about the Peak District, is it's very much like Hobbit land, as I always call it, because of all the moss and the ancient woodlands that you get to walk through. And this is really, really untouched. I know there's a disused quarry here, which is why I'm also being a bit cautious. I don't want to fall down any holes. So we walked up there earlier, but I didn't want to cross the farmer's field. So basically we've cut through the ancient woodland instead, which was not easy, but I don't think this is the path, but I do think the stone circle is in this, in this direction. So we're going to just force our way through the woodland. So this is where man would have been years ago, carving out the rock again. And if you look closely at the rocks, you can see, I don't know whether you can see on camera, but I certainly can see evidence where they've cut the rock. And behind me, this little cave, it's got like a corrugated tin roof. I don't know what it would have been. It's not big enough to be a proper shelter unless it's just all collapsed. I'm gonna scramble up there and see what's at the top. The stone circle has got to be over this way. Let's go. Okay, Made it out of the quarry. The stone circle should be here somewhere. I can feel it. And the beauty about this area is, well, I've seen it. I've spotted the stone circle, and what I was about to say was the fact that because there's no one else here, you can soak up the atmosphere here and the magic of the stone circle. So let's go and take a look. Just about see it says Doll Tor Stone Circle, and you can see that stone there has been repaired, and there's a little bit of rubbish. It's not too bad, but there's a little sign here. Let's go and have a look. Doll Tor Stone Circle in Cairn. This ritual monument was used by people who lived and farmed on the surrounding land in the Bronze Age between 3,000 and 4,000 years ago. So unfortunately, because I've seen evidence of someone being here, and they're obviously quite regular here, and they're obviously coming back because those beers have not been opened, and there's some little tea lights. Fair play. I just hope they look after the area, but I'm going to move on and find somewhere a little bit more discreet to set up camp, because I don't want to come across whoever comes here. But it is a beautiful and special little place, so I'm glad I found it. Just got to find my way back out again now. Okay, so I guess we'll head straight back up the way we came. I'll see you back at the top. Oh, can you see it? It's coming towards me. It's coming straight at me. Wow. I don't move in case I scare it. Can you see it? See if I can get a little bit closer. Look at that. Oh, there she goes. I had no idea. Get it? I had no idea that there was deer in here. That's exciting. My first bit of wildlife. That's the second deer I've seen today, but that one was literally trotting straight towards me. Literally just got my camera out of the backpack to say that I've made it back to the road. I'm just entering Stanton Moor, where the Nine Ladies Stone Circle and the Cork Stone is. Now, I've been here before, and you've seen this on a video before. It was my very first ever wild camp I came here, and what I didn't realise was it's really popular with sort of pagan rituals and hippies and all that sort of stuff. So it was really busy with people at camp, even though they say you're not allowed to camp or have barbecues or fires or campfires here. So that deer must have just come in from that lane there. Anyway, we're not too worried about going to see the stone circle, because you can see that in a previous video of mine. I was here in August last year, so we just want to find somewhere a little bit more secluded, although it seems quite quiet at the moment. Oh, why do I have such a problem with gates? Oh, here we are. Now, if you've seen my previous video where I came here on my first wild camp, you'll know that these scraggy little sheep that are just in front of me now, they played quite a big part in that video, and they're very cheeky. So I'll now know not to camp if I think they're close by, because they literally came and raided my tent and tried to steal my food. They were very naughty. So I'm now going to have to walk through them, and I'm going to give them the look that I know what they're up to, and hopefully if I can find somewhere to pitch the little tent, they won't disturb me too much. They're not scared at all. Look, they're so cheeky. They're not even bothered. I'm going to walk straight past them. Oh, well, they're staring at me now. Last time it was cows staring at me. This time I'm just going to walk through, guys. Don't mind me. Hello. Not sure which one of you was the one that raided my camp last time. Was it you? There was another deer. It's just gone scampering off in front of me. Wow. I'm going to come here more often. So, there's nowhere to pitch a tent here, but I think this will make the perfect outdoor kitchen. So I'm going to set up and get my little stoves out. I've bought my gas stove and I've bought my fuel stove as well, the silver and little lightweight one, because I want to have my frying pan going as well as making a hot chocolate as well. I can't believe how warm it is. I've kind of overdressed today. I did even have a t-shirt in the car, but I thought that has no point, it's going to rain. And it could still rain, the clouds are coming over, but I'm going to take advantage of this little spot. There's a perfect dining area for me, and I'm going to have something to eat, and then maybe we can find somewhere to pitch a tent a bit further on. And maybe, if we're lucky and if we're quiet enough, which, you know, is a bit of a struggle for me, but if we might see some more deer, which will be really exciting, because I love seeing wildlife and I never get to see much of it where I live. So having 2 cats scares all the birds away in the garden for one. But yeah, so bear with me while I set up my kitchen. Who would have thought cooking a couple of sausages would be such a drama? I don't know why it's smoking so much. I've put oil in the pan, everything's just sticking. So much for being stealthy. I think you could smell this a mile off, but never mind, hopefully they'll cook eventually and I'll be able to eat them. I've only brought some boring old bread with me because all my cobs were still in the freezer, so. But I have got one of these. Thank you, McDonald's. So yeah, I'm going to turn my sausages over now before I completely burn them. I think they're just about done. Whoop. So I'm going to eat my sausage sandwiches, and these have got ketchup, not brown sauce. I know we had this debate last time I did this, but I'm still sticking by it should be ketchup. So I came to a gate and I climbed over the stile, and I've come across this little old building and some random tractor tyre, but does anyone know if Stanton Moor is part of the quarry? I assume it is, because why else would this building be here? But I absolutely love coming to places like this that have got like history, and the good thing is, because there's no one about today, you can actually absorb the atmosphere without having screaming kids or barking dogs and all that sort of jazz. And you can just appreciate the history behind this place and how magical it actually is. And again, you can see that nature is slowly starting to take charge of this area and take back what man has built on. It's crazy. I love it. Let's see what else we can find down here. Here's a wall of some sort. This is definitely the quarry. Wow, okay, yes, because you can see the edge just drops off just here. But yeah, you can see all these red brick sort of walls. I just wish I knew more about the history of the place. And I was just about to say this is a perfect wild camping spot, and lo and behold, I don't know whether you can see just down there, somebody's had another fire. And I don't blame them actually. Well, I don't like them having a fire, but I don't blame them wild camping there because this is a perfect spot. Just not sure how to get down to it. Let's have a look through here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get through here. Maybe through here. Let's have a look. Oh. Hey, we made it. Okay, now I'm going to explain again. Don't be mean to me in the comments because I've never tried pitching this tent even at home. I've literally got it out, put seam sealant all over it and then let it dry and put it back again. I don't even really know how this one's going to go. I know I've got a footprint that goes down first, and I know that I needed one trekking pole to pitch this Lanshan one. And I know you guys have probably seen this tent all over the internet before, all over YouTube. But this is the first time I've pitched this tent, and I hope I can get it right because it will be really useful for lighter backpacking for me anyway. It's so much lighter than the nature hike that I've got that I would normally bring with me. So I'm going to have a go. The grass is quite long, but yeah, I'm going to have a go at pitching just here, I think, and see how I get on. So don't be mean, but if you have got any advice, please do let me know in the comments. And I'm going to see how long this takes me to do it. So as you can probably tell, I'm completely blagging this, and the grass is obviously too bouncy and high. I've got my trekking pole. I'm going to set it to, is it 130? I don't know. We'll do 130. Lock that in place. Let's see if this works. So I think that. I mean, it doesn't look very high because... Is that right? It does not look very high. I don't know. I'm just gonna tag it in. This doesn't look right at all. Oh dear. Okay, so we all know on my channel I like to keep things real. There's no fakery here. So as I say, full disclaimer, I've had no instructions on how to pitch this tent, and I did have a quick look on YouTube a couple of weeks ago now. Thought it looked quite simple. Alas, my tent does not look like the one on the picture. It does look quite sorry for itself. It doesn't help that the grass is quite lifted up, so it's not sitting close to the floor. But as you can see, I even struggled with the guy lines are weak as hell, so they'll be changed. I think they'll snap anyway. But like this, for example, I mean, I've got the ground sheet, the footprint or whatever you want to call it here, and then I forgot that I needed to pin my inner tent in as well. which is clipped to the outer tent. And then I've kind of just, I mean, I've only done it loosely, but, and now I'm not going to be able to do it with one hand, but yeah, so that, I assume that goes like that. But I assume it's all about getting the angles right. So should that be here? More here? Good job the ground is soft. So should that be more like that? And then this Weasley guy rope would pull it that way, but then I'll need to move that one. Honestly, I've moved these tent pegs round about 40 times. And as I say, this grass isn't the easiest to do it on because it's all lifting the tent up. But I had a job even to understand these things. So I've added the other 2 guy ropes on. Don't look at the state of the tent. As I say, the seam sealant that I put on the outside is just peeling straight off again, but it looks like it's got like skin peel. So it's not attractive. Anyway, I'm hoping because I seam sealed the inside that it will actually be waterproof. Should there be any rain, the back. I mean, I've moved these pegs. I can't seem to get the tension right. If anyone's got any advice or has anyone got any instructions on, I mean, I've pitched tents before. I've pitched hot tents, normal tents, big family tents, but I've never done a trekking pole tent, and I think this one might have even defeated me, and I've not even shown you the other bits that came with it that I don't even know how to use. Right, so there's 2 clips, and then there's this thing, which there were additional extras, but as seen on reviews, everyone had moaned about the plastic clip snapping, so I thought, yeah, I'll get that. I don't know what these are. I think there's something to do with like wind clips. Are they like for extra guy lines, something like that? I'm not sure, but how, where and how does that attach? I mean, I was thinking, does it attach on the outer, the one that, hang on, I've folded it away. Right, okay, the tent is gonna fall down, I think. Yeah, it's gonna fall down. Anyway, this is what I'm on about. This is the front. Hang on, I've got it all tangled. This is an absolute nightmare. So this thing here, right? This thing goes on, well, so excuse the tent that's now collapsing. I've just undone the guy rope thingy because this is the other end of the guy rope thing. Now, there's a knot in it there, and I saw on one YouTube channel, he said, don't undo that knot. That knot is specifically in the right place. But what's this for? I don't know whether you can see. I think this is the clip that needs to be replaced with the metal one, right? Is it? But how does it attach? What on earth? And why is that not there? Is that the bit that I put the guy rope in? Is that meant to be like exactly the right length for that? Or, and what are these for? I'll say it again, I'm being completely transparent with you. I haven't got the foggiest what these extra bits and pieces do. I ordered them because everyone else said they needed them, and I don't know what that is. So it's safe to say I won't be going backpacking with this tent just yet. I need to definitely have another go at pitching it and making some modifications on it, because I think once it's standing, it's a really good size and it's definitely really lightweight, but I am clueless in pitching this tent so it looks like all the other tents that I've seen online and on the pictures. But as I say, it didn't come with any instructions, and that's not going to help someone like me. So yeah, I need your help, please. And as I say, just ignore the really shoddy seam sealant work that I've done. It looks fine on the inside. You can't tell on the inside, but the outside I made a right mess of. So yeah, we could say today is a bit of a fail, but this is exactly why I wanted to come here and test it out. Because could you imagine if I went to Wales and was trying to pitch on a mountainside? It's bad enough pitching like the Highlander tent I've got, but there's no wind here at all today. So it's perfect conditions. Okay, the ground's not perfect, but I can't even pitch it with no wind. So imagine on a windy day. I'm going to have a little bit more of a fiddle around trying to get the angles right, but I don't really know what I'm doing with this tent at all. So advice, please. Okay, I have another question. I saw this extra guy line. In fact, there's another one as well. Are they spares? Or is this one actually meant to be on this? Because if it is, why is it so short compared to that one? Or should they be swapped over so the longer one is on the top to, you know, make it stronger? So that's another thing. There's another spare guy line, but I don't know, should it be on there or not? I need to go back to the drawing board and have a look on YouTube for more videos on how this works. Right, well, it's 6 o'clock. I've packed everything away. I've admitted defeat. I need to go back and do a bit more research. Never mind. Like I say, I like to keep things real and I don't mind making a fool out of myself, but I really underestimated how difficult these tension tents, I think they're called, or trekking pole tents, are. So you guys that pitch them all the time, hats off to you. I'm impressed, and I need your tips, especially daily outdoors. You're the one that made me buy this tent. I'm blaming you. You advertised it. I saw it. I wanted it. Now look at me. Look what's happened. So what I've decided to do is, if I ever get out of this quarry, is to go back the way I came and see if I can find any more deer before I set off home. Because there's nothing more that can be done today. I haven't brought enough food so I can stay over. I certainly haven't got a tent to stay in. So I'm going to admit defeat and go home and try again another day. So if this is your first time to this channel, then welcome. This is basically the kind of stuff that you'll find on this channel. My name's Lilu and I do solo adventures, normally around the Peak District, Nottinghamshire and North Wales. And yeah, I basically learn as I go, end up getting myself in sticky situations most of the time by going off the beaten track, but I love to explore and find new places to go, and I like to take you guys with me. And I also like to hear your advice and suggestions as well, so please do drop me a comment. If you like this sort of thing, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss another adventure with me, and please do like and share these videos because it does help grow my little channel. We're nearly at 5,000 subs, getting there closer and closer. It really would make my day if I could get to 5,000 this summer. Anyway, I'm gonna start heading back and see if I can find any more deer on the way. If I do, I'll see if I can get them on camera because that's another challenge that I'm not very good at. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next adventure.
I've been trying to be my own guiding star, but it appears it hasn't taken me very far. I've tried to be my own all in all and everything, but it's just been a hard and arduous thing.
So I've made it back to the car and you've made it to the very end of this video, so thank you so much for staying all the way to the end. Because of this, I've now got a little surprise for you. I want to share with you the big secret I've been keeping for the last few months. I've been working really hard since November to get this qualification, and my self-employment starts on Monday and I'm really excited. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue as to what my new career is. This came in the post today. Can you guess what it is?